Hello, welcome to Valley Brooks 2. As many of you know, I run a live stream show every Friday on our group MRYCG on Facebook called Facebook Friday. Simple enough. New feature of this every week because obviously Facebook Friday is sponsored by Scale Model Scenery, which is obviously, if you've not heard of them, where have you been? ScalemodelScenery.co.uk. So I started a new feature called New Kit on the Block. And last week they literally put a new kit on the block. And this is it. It's the Railway Platform Access Steps LX248-00 and you get a pack of 4. These price at $4.99. So it's an excellent price. And I have these here now. Obviously, I've got these myself. I bought these myself. No endorsements, obviously. I do not get given stuff. These are bought out of my own money. And they are very, very good. As you can see by the picture, there's some great detailing coming along there. If I flip over to the back, obviously I've emptied the contents because I've been working on them. It's very easy to do. Just need some glue, as you can see on here. Priming and sealing the door component of the construction. It says cut out the railings plus 3 threads install. Very, very easy to do. So this is a little video of me doing step by step of the Scale Model Scenery Railway Platform Access Steps. So I'll put that to one side there. So here I have is my little cutting board, a trusty Stanley knife, and what I'll be using for this kit is some rocket card glue. When I first started modelling, I was using super glue. I was doing Metcalf kits with super glue, and it was very, very sticky. Yeah, I was getting a lot of stuck fingers. But then I came across this rocket card glue. I had a little demonstration of it when I went to Malk's Models, and well, brilliant stuff. So what I've done first is obviously painted the actual steps. So what I've used is just standard Halford's paints, aerosols. I give them, this is grey primer. I give them 2 coats of grey primer and then a clear coat of lacquer. So they are the steps, as you can see at the bottom. The actual detail on the actual tread steps. Let's see if it'll get the actual focus in there. Just get there. Just it's not picking it up, but it's got the actual resemblance. If I try and get it in the light. They've got the checker plates in there. Let me just see if I can. There we go. You can actually see there the checker plating. It's absolutely fantastic. Great to see the checker plating actually on the tread step tops, and it comes out brilliantly in this paint. Also, you get some, as you can see on here in this picture, you get some little overlays because obviously on the side of the steps. You get your little jiggered sections where the steps paint in. So obviously I painted them as well, which are here. So they are painted in grey as well. So when I put them over the top, and with the clear lacquer, they give them a shiny, brand new metal thing. Obviously, if you've got weathering or anything like that, you can weather them down with powders, which are available also at Scale Model Scenery. So yeah, so up next to do a little few frames of the kit going together. So I'll speak to you all later. Thank you. Hello, welcome back. Right, we have the painted version. I noticed with this kit as well, when I painted the front side of the kit, which obviously give you the detailing of the steps, I noticed when I cut out the handrails here, they are the same side. They're not left and right sided. They are the same side. So then I thought, I've painted. So the only problem is the back side's not painted. So I've had to paint the reverse as well, which in effect is good because obviously then it gives you the good coverage. It's entirely up to yourself whether you paint before you assemble or paint after you assemble. I find it even better really to paint before assembly. So then it's easier. I find it a lot easier. So I've done, as you see, it's good. It's got a good shine to it with it being lacquered and everything. So it's pretty good. And obviously with the other bits as well. So obviously these are side railings, they do all go one way. So I'll just turn them over. They all go one way, so even if you stuck them on the opposite side, they would have been there. So I've painted both sides of that one as well. But like I say, it is down to yourself whether you paint before you assemble or after. So here we have the cut out version of the steps. As you can see, you have two lots of hand railings, the steps there. You have a brace beam which goes underneath that connects the two together, and then you have your side railings which stick over these sections here to cover over the joints of the steps. So that is it there. So now you will see me assembling this steps. So we'll take it over to the next step. Right, here we go. I am going to start assembling this kit now. I have my trusty rocket car glue. I will leave this running. It's going to be a bit fiddly. I will zoom in and we'll get this process going. I have massive hands, so it's going to be a bit fiddly for me. So you'll see me going through. So let's begin. First of all, let's zoom. So there we go. That's zoomed in there. So I'm going to start off with putting a few dabs of glue here at the top step, and at the bottom step as well, and we'll go from there. So obviously, like I say, I'm using the trusty old rocket glue. Sorry if, oh look at that, that's all the dry bit on for glue. Oh dear. So let's begin. Obviously, to make sure that you do put the checkered plating actually upwards, facing upwards. Zoom out so you can see a bit more on there. Come on, focus. It won't focus. It won't focus. I hate having big fingers. I'll zoom in a bit more. Anyway. Oh, I've dropped it now. See, having big hands doesn't help. There we go, the checkered plating. So make sure they are facing upwards. So it would help if I had some tweezers, but hey, we're modelers. We just go ahead with things. So I'm getting this into slot in there. Obviously, like I say, I have big hands. It's quite hard to. Oh, there we go. And also as well, try not to glue it to the actual baseboard itself, because that doesn't help when you come to the model. So again, checker plate facing upwards. Just make sure that's correct there. Yeah. So place this top step in, because basically it is easier to put in the top step. Again, try. So like I said, we're trying to do this blind. It's not very helpful, but I hopefully got the top step into there. No, it's just moved. I should have it square there. Just make sure I move that off the board so it doesn't stick. Like I said, I do have fat fingers and it doesn't not really help at all. So there is the top step and the bottom step in, which has been advised by Justin and Jan themselves. There is a little 2 slots on the actual kit itself for you to align. So basically you put each handrail in these slots here as a spacers to get the steps in like that. But depending on your modelling experiences, depending what you want to do, if you want to leave the top step and bottom step like that and carry on from there. So I'll come back when the glue's dried and then we'll put on the secondary side and then we'll carry on doing the steps. So I'll be back in a second. Right, so a few minutes have passed and this glue has set now for these steps, and whilst I was off camera I did make sure that they were aligned in the grooves very well. Let me just zoom in and show you into the grooves there. a bit of a dust on there, which I will clean up. It's just what's stuck on. So as you can see there, into slotted grooves. So we have the 2 steps, top and the bottom step, in situ, and the glue has dried. So now what we do is we grab the second railing. Like I say, I'm doing this whilst recording, so I've not really got it ready. Hand-eye coordination when doing this. Let me just zoom out, make it a bit better. There we go. So now what I'll do is I'll pop a bit of glue on these bits here, and then stick on the other side of the railings, so they will pop on just on there like that. So then you can get the general idea. So whilst it's here now, I will pop on the glue and get on the other side. So I'll just spin this round. So, oh, a bit too much on there. I'd normally use the little nozzle itself, but let me just brush that off with my finger. Oh, luckily enough, it does dry pretty clear. But if not, I can just put over a bit more paint. So we'll drop this on here. We'll not drop it. We'll place this on here to get them lined up for the steps. So that's the top section and bottom section. Get them aligned in there. Make sure, press a little bit down. So that, oh, here's me moving it before the glue dries. Not very good, am I? Like I say, it's very hard to do. Normally I just do these and forget to vlog them, but I think it is good to vlog, especially these kind of kits for other people to watch. So that is that top bit and that bottom section done there. I'll just zoom in a bit more to show you. So we'll wait for that to dry. Oh, I'm knocked over. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and we'll do the remaining 4 steps, and then glue on these side sections here to cover over the step. So I'll be back in a second. Like I say, while you're waiting for the glue to dry, within this kit, Justin has included 2 little slots within the kit that you can put in whilst it dries, like a jig. So for example, there it is. So you can see where the top and step and the bottom step is, and he's aligned it the correct spacing for that. I'll just zoom out to give a bit more of an idea. So there we go. While that is drying, you can see I've used the little slots there in the kit to get the right spacing. Because otherwise, if you like I say, if you're not that confident in building, I'll just wipe that bit of glue off with a bit of a knife while there. Because yeah, so like I say, if you're not that confident in kit building, you can get the jigs and things like that. But if not, if you're quite good at freehanding, then that's perfectly fine. You can freehand it if you wish, if you have the confidence. But if not, Justin has put in the brilliant little jig idea there for you. So we'll carry on, let that dry, let that set a bit, and then we'll put in the other steps. So the glue set on the top and bottom steps, and I use the jig just to get it correctly spaced. So now it's time to add the other 4 steps. So what I'll do is, obviously, I will put a dab of glue on each end of the step. So on here, obviously, like I say, I'm using the trusted good old rocket car glue. So I'll just put a little bit of, just a little tiny bit of glue on the end. Obviously we don't want to go too mad because it just gets a bit messy, and obviously me having massive hands doesn't help, because when you do a little squidge, it ends up being a big squidge. We don't want any big squidges. So just nothing. Oh no, I thought I had a bit of a blockage on there, so we'll just put a little tiny bit on each side. Like I say, it doesn't help with having big hands, but I'll try my best. Obviously, help any other modeller. So that has got glue on both sides of the steps now. So what we'll do is we'll slide It is very difficult with these massive hands. Try and get that into there. No, I think we're gonna have to get the tweezers. So bear me 2 seconds. Whew, that was a quick run upstairs. I'm back with tweezers. So, well, I think this will be better now. I have some tweezers. So what I'll do is I'll grab the front edge. Like I say, if you're lucky enough to have tiny little fingers, then that's fine. So we'll go in on a bit of an angle here. Zoom in just to show you as well. You go from second to top. So push that in, and hopefully using a little bit of pressure, not too much obviously because it is a quite small kit, that should just slot into its gaps, which, there we go. There's one step. So let's repeat the process again. So what I'll do this time is I will pick up a step, stick it in the tweezer's mouth, and dabble glue. A dab, I said, not a gallon, a dab. So you just take when you get your fluid control. That's a little bit too much, but obviously it'll be on the underside so you won't see. Let me just smudge that onto the edge. I did mention before about controlling your flow on your glue. So what we'll do is go in again. Hell of a lot easier this time round. Looks like I'm stuck on the railing section there. So we'll just let go of that. Oh, look at that, straight in. Straight in, it's like I've done this before. Oh, but no. It's on a bit of the winny. So what I'll do is, can you tell I've not done this before live on camera? So that side's fell down a bit, so just lift it up. Aha. That seems to be possibly in place. There we go. So there is another step in place. We're on a roll. 2 more to go. Hopefully these two won't be... oh no. Am I missing? Ah. I thought I had 2 more to go. Them two. But there is one I've not done, which is right at the top there. See it? Right at the top. That one there. I thought then when I had 3 steps left, I thought, hang on, I'm missing one. There's one. So what I'll do then is, my bad, I will do the very, very top step. So we'll do that now. Glue on there. Actually, I had a big dollop of glue. Look at this. I was testing my nozzle before. Got a big dollop of glue there, so we'll use that, shall we? So we'll use a little bit of a dib dab there. Dib dib dib. And we'll, yeah, when testing out your nozzles, use the cutting mat. So going back to the model. So the crafty one, the top one that I missed out, is there, right on top. Make sure that is in place. Looking in location. I keep knocking it over. Yep, that looks in good. That looks good. It's looking good. Right, so let's carry on with 2 that are left. So I can, now I've got a little puddle of glue. I can use the puddle of glue for my steps. So, dip, 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 dab, dab, dab. I keep getting that stuck to my arm. And then we'll put that in situ. right about there. Move it further back so you can actually see what I'm doing. So in we go. Push off the clip, the tweezers, and that should be in situ there. Yes, one more to go. We're finally there. Clip, clip, clip. Obviously, you do make sure that when you do install these steps that the checker plating is facing upwards, as you can see on my one. Otherwise, it'll be a waste of modelling and a waste of design if you put them in the wrong way round, and they're just plain Jane. Because you're paying for a kit that's got the detailing and it's not being used to its full potential. So I'll just push that into there. There we go. So all the steps are in place now, waiting for the glue to dry. So all that's left to do is the side bracings, which are there, and then the back brace there. So what I'll do now is we'll put the side bracings on. So if I tip over that section there, and because I've got, like I say, a puddle of glue, I will use tweezers. Use the tweezers, dip it along the puddle of glue that got to the side of me. So I've got a nice, where's the camera? Where am I? Hello, there I am. So I've got a nice little puddle of glue on the side there. And then we'll set this, hopefully, in place. Right on the side. So just to do that. A few minor adjustments. There we go. So as you can see, that's the side fitted. And as you see, comparison to the other side, it hides the actual moulding of the steps. It's up to you. You can add these if you want to. It's an optional extra, but it's it does make it look a bit more tidier on there. So there we go. That's that side done. So what I'll do is I'll stick on the other side. Let's get me trusty tweezers, my puddle of glue, which it's quite good to have a puddle of glue. Because like you say, you're not getting out of the nozzle, you just, oh, where's that gone? I've just flung off the tweezers. Spring-loaded tweezers. So we have glue applicated onto that side. And then I'll just marry that up onto there. Release the pressure. And align that up squarely on there. By a bit, oh, it's gone off a bit. By a bit of pressure. Not too much because it'll slide around everywhere. So that is that section there. And then, so you have your stairs. Your platform stairs, edging stairs. So all that's left now is this section here. This little bracing bar that you have here. So this section needs to be attached, and on the instructions that they put, which I'll get here, they say the bracing part is there on the inside edge or just underneath. So let's get the angling just right. So the angle is that way. So if I drop the steps to there, it does look a bit off. Obviously before the glue actually sets itself, I will put into the jig. I'll just widen them out a bit. So Justin says that is the bracing there to there. So if I get some glue, lucky enough, like I say, I've got a puddle of glue. So I'll just dip one end, dip the other end, and hopefully we can get that so it's about a millimetre from the top, a millimetre from the bottom. But what I'll do, like I said, is this little section here, I will just slide that into the bottom of the steps to get the correct spacing. You don't have to do this. Obviously, if you are a keen modeler, you will probably get this right anyway. But if I just slide that in to the jig, just there, so you've just got the tangs of the bottom of the legs just in the jig. Just get the camera right. So it gives the correct spacing. And whilst that brace is drying, which I think is in the right place, according to the instructions. Oh, it's just popped out the jig. Let me just pop that back in again. There you go. So, that's the bracing on there. Hey, I'm not that far off. Not too bad. So, I'll let that glue dry, let it all set, and then we'll come all back. So, the glue's dried, everything is set, and here it is. My first one of railway platform access steps, pack number LX248-00, pack of 4 like I said on the pack, and I've got one here all done, ready, rock and roll. Well, like I say, as you've seen, a very easy kit to assemble. It's entirely up to yourself if you wish to paint after you've assembled or paint before. As you've seen in this process, we have painted before assembly. And like I said, I would advise when you do have the kit and you want to paint it, I'd say definitely paint it both sides. And Justin, I did speak to Justin while I was doing this, because the railings themselves, they are not sided, they are not left and right sided, they are universal, so you will need to paint both sides, as otherwise if you just paint one side, you'll have one side of the railings grey and one side the brown. But it depends where you're going to use them. If you're using them up against a flat wall, say a flat wall behind there, then obviously you won't see the other side. But it's best to say, like I say, paint both sides of the kit. Any colour you wish. Like I say, I've just used some Halford's spray paints, and what I'll do now is I'll just zoom in to get some good detail on there. So this is a brilliant kit. Like I say, you get a pack of 4 for $4.99. Brilliant etching on the checker plate steps, and they are absolutely fantastic. If you wish to do any weathering, probably dark them down a bit, probably put some like black marking on the steps for general use, wear and tear, or wipe a bit of paint off for there, or even maybe if you wanted to paint them in like a rusted brown to get them like a rusty railings, or maybe even better, like say on the scale model scenery, you have the tubular work area where you get them in yellow, so you could even paint the railings yellow and let your imagination run wild. But yes, Valleybrook 2 would definitely recommend this kit. As you've seen by this video, very, very easy and very quick to throw together. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe and share. If I will put the link for this kit in the description, and don't forget to check out Scale Model Scenery, and also as well check out Facebook Friday, which we do every week on the MRYCG group Facebook group. And like I say, I do a Facebook Friday, which is sponsored by Scale Model Scenery, and we always do the new kit on the block. So let's see what the next kit is on the block. Good night.